Feel the wave, float and fade, let the moment save.
No chains, no walls, just live and you'll see. Be strong, let your spirit fly. Your heart's the flame. Be free and fly
mornings here with skies so clear, a new beginning, no room for fear. Coffee steams and the breeze rolls in this space let our joy begin. Cannabis flows like a sweet refrain, easing our hearts, soothing our strain. We rise together, no soul alone, in the cove where peace has grown. Lifted by the light we rise and shine, shine on, shine bright. A brand new day where love's divine. Friends at your side, right here by your side. We walk this path with joy as our guide. Oh joy, let it ride. The cove's a home where kindness lives, a place where every heart forgives. The blast calls out like a morning breeze, harmonies drift through the swaying trees.
Push the goddamn button!
Push the goddamn button!
Good, totally terrific, twisted titty tonic turpy taco token tunes Tuesday morning. Hope everybody's off to a dope ass start to their day. It is a beautiful chilly ass day here in southwestern Minnesota. Cheers, cheers, everybody. Good morning, Mindy. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Good morning, Amber. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Crystal. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday. Good morning, Deb. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Brother Boxman. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Nikki. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday. Good morning, Ma. How are you, dear? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Good morning, Kay. Drive safe, please. I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Christina. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Hopefully you can get some rest. Good morning, CJ. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. If you have not got your Getting Stoned already, please do. We got Mindy with Getting, Amber with Stone, Crystal with Again, Deb with Boxman with My, Nikki with Only, and Ma with Friends. I hope everybody's off to a dope-ass start to their Tuesday. And let's wake and bake. Cheers, Aroni.
The sun peeks in through the open blinds, steam from the cup and peace on my mind. You roll it up with a smile so wide, and we pass the time with nothing to hide. The quiet hum of a waking tune as gentle rays drift through the room. These mornings speak in ways so true, I'd never want to start without you. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The cove's where we glow in that first morning light. each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you. We're slow and steady, there's no need to rush. The outside world don't pull on us much. The smoke curls up in the soft sunrise, and love sits warm behind tired eyes. Coffee in hand and a breeze through the screen, just the soft kind of peace that lives in between. It's not about plans or things we do, it's about feeling this high with you. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The cove's where we glow in that first morning light. Each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you. There's a peace here that's quiet and deep, the kind you carry, the kind you keep. In coffee and laughter in the morning glow, the Cove is the home that my spirit knows. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The Cove's where we glow in that first morning light. Each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you.
Much love, Christina. Hope you feel better. Have a wonderful day. Good morning, Mama Rue. How are you? Good morning, Mom. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Ash. How's Niagara Falls? I hope you're having a wonderful trip. What does everybody know for this Tuesday morning? We got some This Day in History coming up here after 4:20. It's Timeline Tuesday. It is 1988 in the Cove this morning, kind of. Our morning speaker this morning, brand new Guardians of Unity this afternoon. I am so excited. And the one and only Token Tunes tonight. Gonna be a dope day. Tuesdays are always dope days. I fucking love Tuesdays. Let's go. Morgan is passed out still. She's sleeping. I'll cover you up. Oh, that's a big ass stretch. Oh my goodness, are you good? That was like world record size stretch. It's a chilly start to the morning here. We're at 40. I'm gonna say 42. I think 46. Okay. So it should be a beautiful day today. Hey, good morning, D. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Yaya. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Oh shit, down by the beach. That's awesome. It should be a dope time. Just be safe. Please be safe. Let's see what we got here. Crystal, are you still rocking with us? Did you drop your word? You want to drop the word again? Very chilly morning. It's crazy. Not ready for this shit yet. Let's see. Crystal with my only. Yeah. Brr, everybody. Man, it's crazy. It feels like October out. Speaking of October, fun fact I learned on the news this morning. So Starbucks makes like a $600 million off their pumpkin spice shit. They only do that shit a couple months a year. That's crazy. It's a lot of pumpkin spice lattes being sold. Gross. Can't do them. Great retoke last night. It was me and the cops. Hey, thank you, Amber. I don't know which page is on. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the stars. Thank you. Crystal, are you still rocking with us? Yeah, we'll hang out this morning and smoke and watch the sunrise. We were hanging out in Duluth again this morning. Again, it was back and forth between Chicago and Duluth. And I was like, we'll go to Chicago. And then it was just like, nope. At the last minute, I was like, we're going back to Duluth. I like the sunrise here. So, we chilling in Duluth this morning. I don't mind like pumpkin pie and pumpkin bars and stuff like that, but coffee is crazy. It's like, why is pumpkin so expensive? All right, Crystal, do you want to drop the word again? After Crystal, it would be Kay is driving, so I don't think she probably wants a word. So we're going to go with CJ. Do you want to drop the word again in case Crystal misses it? Two minutes out. Yes, have fun. Be safe though. Like the ocean beach or like a lake beach? I don't do lakes have riptides? Can they have riptides? I'm sure fucking Lake Superior is big enough too. And friends. We'll smoke for 420 and see what the morning brings. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, calm Tuesday morning. Hopefully the day hasn't gotten all crazy yet. Happy 420, everybody. Big lakes have riptide? Oh, I didn't know that. Cheers, everybody. Happy 420.
Smoke weed every day. Can't stand these bitches all up in my shit. Who do they think they are? Trying me and my patience is running low and I don't know if I'll make it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it. You all up in my flavor raid, still don't know what that flavor made. I make major plays and get high for days, so I ain't trying to hear what you gotta say, cause you really don't know what I got going on, bruh. So better watch your tone with me or set me off, so please don't go ruining it. Telling other folks how I'm doing in this. I like privacy when I'm pursuing shit, that's why you can't really say what I'm fooling with. But I'm sorry I've been distant, avoiding all your persistence. Please don't take me different as I refuse all your resistance. Cause baby, can't stand these bitches all up in my shit. Who do they think they are? Trying me and my patience is running low and I don't know if I'll make it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it. Baby, can't stand these bitches all up in my shit. Who do they think they are? Trying me and my patience is running low and I don't know if I'll make it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it.
Don't know what I gotta say, cause every single time you push away all that anger, throwing shade, words go sour like lemonade. Take a step back and envision this. What's the deal with all the shit? Knowing I need none of it. Why I gotta deal with foolishness? All I wanna do is live in peace. Why y'all always bashing me? Take a deep breath and smoke some weed. Throwing that too so carelessly. Why so hard to mind your biz? Spaced out ways before the quiz. No one stresses quite like this. All I wanna do is live in bliss.
Baby, can't stand these bitches all up in my shit. Who do they think they are? Trying me and my patience is running low and I don't know if I'll make it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it. Baby, can't stand these bitches all up in my shit. Who do they think they are? Trying me and my patience is running low and I don't know if I'll make it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it. Baby, can't stand these bitches all up in my shit. Who do they think they are? Trying me and my patience is running low and I don't know if I'll make it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it. Baby, can't stand these bitches all up in my shit. Who do they think they are? Trying me and my patience is running low and I don't know if I'll make it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it. Baby, can't stand these bitches all up in my shit. Who do they think they are? Trying me and my patience is running low and I don't know if I'll make it. And I still don't say shit, I just take it.
I'm back. That was fucking weird. My laptop went kaputs and but I just had to adjust some audio stuff quick so I could hear the computer and shut my laptop audio out. Well, it was frozen anyway. Well, that's crazy. But I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. There really ain't shit on Good News Network. There's a couple stories, but I'm not a big fan of like super sad stories that have like a decent ending. That's not a. I get it. That's cool. I do like that, but it's not a happy story. That's not good news. I mean, probably good news for them, but we'll this day in history it up with the Vicki B. Yeah, I love that song. I tell Magic all the time that song is ridiculously good. Like, song's dangerous. What? Oh, what the fridge? Damn it. All right. Hey, good morning, Ashley. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Try it this way. It's not wanting to load. All sorts of StreamYard problems this morning. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Hey, what up, Panda Annie? How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. We are just fighting with StreamYard, hanging out. So we're going to do it this way then, I guess. Hey, let's go. Yes, morning is where it's at, in my opinion. Oh, gosh, where am I going here? 26th. All right. Let's try this again. Here we go. This day in history with Vicki B.
Welcome back. Yes, indeed. It was very busy today, such that it's much later right now than I usually get these episodes together. But I'm here now, so grab your favorite cuppa. We've switched over to water now for the evening. Sit back and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for August 26th. August 26th is the 238th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 239th in leap years, with 127 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is rabble-rouser. Rabble-rouser is a noun. A rabble-rouser is a troublemaker who arouses the emotions of a disorderly crowd. One who says, writes, or does things that makes crowds of people excited or angry, usually intentionally, in order to make them act in a particular way. These days, a rabble-rouser is one who stirs up the masses of the people as to hatred or violence. This comes from the idea that one of the definitions for rabble is a disorganized or disorderly crowd of people. So, a rabble-rouser would be one who goes and stirs that lot up and makes them even more disorganized and disorderly, as in the protest turned chaotic when a rabble-rouser incited the crowd to break through the barricades, or the rabble-rouser attracted a loyal following who loved his bold confrontational style. Interestingly, one of the original definitions of rabble is pack of animals. That sounds accurate, though. First known use of the term rabble-rouser is in the 1800s. Rabble-rouser. And with that, on August 26, 1930, a man named Philo T. Farnsworth was granted a patent for an electronic television receiving system. He was a prolific inventor, by the way, and held some 300 U.S. patents, mostly for technology inventions related to things like radar, infrared night vision devices, baby incubators, and astronomical telescopes, just to name a few. We will certainly be talking about Mr. Farnsworth when his birthday rolls around next year. I've already got him in the calendar. The development of various technologies that would ultimately play a part in becoming television had been in the works since as early as the 1840s, if you can believe it. As we saw in the previous item, Mr. Farnsworth acquired a patent for his television receiving system in 1930. The world's first television station was started in Schenectady, New York in 1928, broadcasting from the General Electric facility. Its call sign was W2XCW, but it was more popularly known as WGY Television, now WRGB. In April of 1939, the New York World's Fair opened. Based on a theme of the world of tomorrow, countries from around the world participated. Over 45 million viewers attended this World's Fair over its 2-year season. Lots of different kinds of interesting exhibits, and at the time, futuristic products were exhibited at this World's Fair. What we want to talk about today, though, is the television demonstrations, one in particular, and that is the first televised Major League Baseball game. Televised by the aforementioned station W2XCW, more popularly known as WGY Television, one could watch as announcer Red Barber called the game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Brooklyn Dodgers that was taking place live at Ebbets Field over in Brooklyn, New York. Organizers felt this would capture visitors' attention and imagination, and they weren't wrong. This was the perfect event to showcase the potential of television. Granted, regular programming didn't exist yet, and very few people owned televisions yet, but think of the possibilities. And so it is that on August 26, 1939, that we see the world's first televised baseball game. There were only 2 stationary camera angles, and image resolution was far inferior to what we're accustomed to today. Swinging bats looked like paper fans, and the ball was nearly impossible to make out. But holy cow, how exciting! The potential of watching baseball on television. Club owners were wary at first, fearing that being able to watch games on TV would cause attendance to drop, but they soon recognized the potential of reaching a wider audience, other sales opportunities, and advertising dollars. Exciting times indeed. Development of television would be interrupted by the Second World War, but after that, she took right off. Technology behind television has done nothing but continue to improve since then, and televised sports is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Today's song is King of Wishful Thinking by British pop duo Go West. Go West is composed of Peter Cox and Richard Drummie, who got together in 1982 and were quite popular from the mid-1980s into the 1990s with such international top 10 hits as We Close Our Eyes, Call Me, Faithful, and today's song, King of Wishful Thinking. Written by Peter Cox, Richard Drummie, and Martin Page, King of Wishful Thinking has an upbeat sound with melancholic lyrics told from the point of view of someone whose relationship hasn't worked out. King of Wishful Thinking is featured in and appears on the soundtrack of the 1990 movie Pretty Woman, and later on, Go West's third studio album, Indian Summer. The official music video is pretty entertaining, including lots of unusual elements. You've heard the term everything but the kitchen sink? This video actually did have kitchen sinks in it. It made me laugh out loud. By the way, Go West are still active. They have a website, a Facebook page, and they have concerts lined up. King of Wishful Thinking by Go West. Link in the description. How about that? My goodness, so much going on today. It was hard to stay focused. But here we are. So for today's quote, we'll take the moral of the story of the tortoise and the hare. You know about the tortoise and the hare, don't you? This was one of Aesop's fables about an arrogant hare who ridiculed a slow-moving tortoise. Having had a hatful of the hare's pestering, the tortoise challenged the hare to a race. Of course, the hare quickly left the tortoise behind, but he was so confident that he would win that he took a nap midway through the race. While the hare was sleeping, the tortoise just kept on keeping on, plodding along. He passed the napping hare and kept on going. The hare woke up from his nap and proceeded on to the finish line, only to discover that the tortoise had arrived before him, winning the race. The moral of the story then is slow and steady wins the race. Alrighty, y'all, take care. Be good to each other, and I'll see you next time.
And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. No Really. No Really. Consider following my Day in History page on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I also have a Patreon account now, or you can buy me a coffee. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
Much love, Vicki B. Thank you so much for this day in history every day. We appreciate it, and hope you were up to a dope Tuesday. Move this back over yonder way. Yeah, she is so great. I know Asher as hell appreciates this day in history every day. It's so, I learn every day. There's something interesting every day. And make sure you're following her Facebook page. Let's get the followers up. All right, our song of the day today. I've heard a couple of Go West songs. I don't know a whole lot about them. Cheers, cheers. What up, dude? Yeah, that's a good song. I like that song. Great song. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot of Go West, but oh man, it's weird. So the sunrise, it's like a pyramid with a light on top. That's cool. Oh, I don't know. That's cool. What's everybody got planned for their Tuesday? Anybody got anything cool or fun going on? I have a whole lot of not too much going on today. Working on a few things around here. Morgan's still debating on what she wants to do this morning. Token tunes tonight. Let's fucking go. What? Meow, meow. Meow, meow. We have Timeline Tuesday coming up here. I'm gonna play another song and dive on in. Cheers, cheers, everybody. Okay.
Sun creeps in, got no plans to chase. Coffee hot and the world moves at its pace. Grinding slow while the breeze rolls by. Packing on my pipe as the seagulls fly. Smoke curls in a sleepy swirl. Feeling more like me, not missing the world. Start real easy, a breath real deep. Let the day unfold and no words to speak. Packing up my pipe just to greet the day. With nothing on my mind, nothing in the way. Smoke in the sunlight, toes in the sand. Peace in my chest and a lighter in my hand. No place to be, no race to run. Just me in this bowl and the morning sun. Packing up my pipe like I always do. Feeling alright, smoking with you. Tastes just right when you hit the bowl. The cove is quiet, let the coffee steam roll. Bare feet pressing that soft warm ground. Just puffing and listening to morning sounds. Birds above and the waves below. I'm feeling that rhythm and letting it go. This pipe's been with me through thick and thin, so I light it again, let the peace creep in. Packing up my pipe just to greet the day. With nothing on my mind, nothing in the way. Smoke in the sunlight, toes in the sand. Peace in my chest and a lighter in my hand. No place to be, no race to run. Just me in this bowl and the morning sun. Packing up my pipe like I always do. Feeling alright, smoking with you. By the time the coffee's gone, I'm floating light. High on the moment, easy and bright. If the world keeps spinning, I'll take my time. Packing up my pipe in the morning shine.
So it's kind of crazy. If you think about, like, the sun moves a little bit every day, and the camera. This is weird. Like, what we saw was like a once a year thing, I think, ish. Oh, I didn't get the timeline segment ready. I'm so lagging. I know you were here, Kay. I was just saying, Kay. Boxman's having snow cones for breakfast. I don't know. Just assuming that's what you meant. Snow cones. Yeah, I don't know. 1988 this morning. Sun looks wicked. A wicked sun. Hey, welcome back, Crystal. You fall back asleep. Busted. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Hey, good morning, Brittany. Oh, how are you this morning? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. That's great, Crystal. She's heard me talking a bunch of nonsense, and she's like, oh, shit, I was watching the show. Nah, never late. You're just early for Timeline Tuesday. Early for later. I hope everybody's having a dope morning. It's a great sunrise. We might shift up to the canal here during the timeline segment. I was thinking. Hope you're feeling better. I hope you and Jennifer are having dope morning. Combined into one morning. Come on. So the word of the day was rabble rouser, and it just makes me think of Grimace and Burglar. Rebel. Good morning, Kimmy. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday. So all day now, I'm just gonna be going rebel. That's all it's gonna be stuck in my head. Fucking Grimace. All right, what do we got for 1988? Okay. All right, Timeline Tuesday, 1988. Let's go.
"1988, a year when you could feel America was becoming more materialistic. It was out with the old.
Tell him, Ray. Teamwork sucks.
And in with the new.
Are those Bugle Boy jeans that you're wearing?
Oh, yes. They are Bugle Boy jeans.
Would this turning point be for the worse, or would people see through all of this?
What's your problem?
Today, we're going to talk about the news, culture, sports and entertainment, and all that was weird in the 80s. This is Timeline. Today, we're going double eights with 1988. But before we set sail, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel and let us know in the comments below what story from 1988 you would like a full video on. Now, 1988, we have one thing to say to you.
You are next.
This is 1988.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Before the hangover of New Year's Eve even wore off, the Ashland Oil Company accidentally dumped nearly 1 million gallons of diesel oil into the Monongahela River in Pennsylvania on January 2nd. According to reports, the company's 4 million gallon tank began leaking on its first use due to a dime-sized flaw in its fabrication. Within hours, the oil made its way into the Ohio River, contaminating drinking water for nearly 1 million Ohioans, West Virginians, and Pennsylvanians. Pretty bad. But nothing compared to the great Exxon Valdez oil spill of 1989, when Captain Joseph Hazelwood said, "Hold my beer," and dumped 10.8 million gallons of oil onto the shores of Alaska. But we'll save the rest of that story for our next year. 9 days later, and a couple of states over in Michigan, on January 11th, America's first test tube quintuplets were born, 4 girls and 1 boy, to 34-year-old Michelle L'Esperance, a social worker and former model. Fast forward to January 2009, when Southern California's Natalie Suleiman would put L'Esperance and Jacobson to shame by giving birth to 8, count 'em 8, IVF babies, and transmogrifying into Octomom. In mid-January, sports commentator Jimmy the Greek Snyder was fired by CBS, where he was a weekly commentator on the NFL Today for 12 seasons, after voicing these comments.
If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs.
Jimmy.
You don't know diddly.
13-day standoff between a small group of Mormon polygamists and Utah police came to an end on January 28th in a bloody shootout. The standoff began when the fundamentalist group, led by Adam Swap and his mother-in-law, Vicki Singer, bombed a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints chapel in Marion, Utah. Swap and Singer hoped the bombing would lead to the resurrection of John Singer, Swap's father-in-law and Vicki Singer's husband. Instead, roughly 150 cops and FBI agents surrounded the Singer compound for nearly 2 weeks. After 2 armored vehicles stormed the Singer compound, Swap surrendered by waving a white towel drenched in blood. If you're fascinated by armed standoffs led by charismatic cult leaders, wait till we get to the 90s.
I just want to say, as fake as that is real. That is a real sunrise we're watching in Duluth. That's fucking crazy. That doesn't even, I'm so sorry. Here we go. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Stop yelling at me.
The following month, on February 12th, while the Cold War was still being waged, the Soviet Union deliberately steered one of their Navy warships into an American warship, the USS Yorktown, after the U.S. was caught passing through Soviet territorial waters in the Black Sea. Technically, the USS Yorktown was in Soviet waters, but it claimed the right of innocent passage. Due to a misinterpretation of the innocent passage laws on both sides, the Soviets sideswiped the trespassers anyway, causing the Americans to redirect their course away from the Black Sea. In the end, both ships floated off in their own directions with minor damage and no casualties on either side. Turning to sports, we go to Calgary, Canada, where the 1988 Winter Olympics opened on February 13th. The games were notable for 3 things. 1, the debut of the Jamaican national bobsled team, which would later be immortalized in 1993's Cool Runnings, starring the late, great John Candy. 2, British underdog ski jumper Eddie the Eagle Edwards. And 3, after 56 years, curling made a comeback. Jimmy Swaggart, the television excessively perspiring evangelist, admitted to getting it on with roadside prostitute Miss Deborah Murphy in Louisiana.
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
You'd think the sins of the flesh would have been a teaching moment for the sweaty Swaggart. But sadly, 3 years later, on October 11th, 1991, Swaggart was caught with another lady of the night, this time near Palm Springs, California. Swaggart told his new congregation at the Family Worship Center,
I'm not going to tell you everything, because the Lord told me it's flat none of your business.
Oh, well, if Jimmy said that the Lord said that it's not our business, let's move on, everybody. Sorry, Jimmy. Speaking of religion and the sex industry, 3 days later, Larry Flynt won the landmark case of Hustler Magazine Inc. versus Falwell. It all started when Jerry Falwell Sr. sued Flynt for libel, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress after Hustler ran a mock Campari liquor ad portraying the evangelist in an incestuous hookup with his mother in an outhouse.
We identified at the bottom of the page that it was an ad parody and that it was not to be taken serious.
DC Follies every Saturday does a TV show on ABC. Saturday Night Live does a TV show. Those political skits permitted to come in court and sue for intentional infliction of emotional distress?
Well played, Hustler. The U.S. Supreme Court, familiar with parody and satire, in an 8-0 ruling, gave the shutout victory to Flynt. The 80s, that was some good stuff. When the March winds came blowing in, 3 people became substantially wealthier when the rear door of a Loomis armored truck swung open, dumping more than $1.5 million onto the busy streets of San Francisco. By the time the truck driver returned, a crowd of locals helped recover a little over $1 million, while the mysterious 3 made off with the 460 large. Man, what would you do? On March 12th, Rick Astley's single, Never Gonna Give You Up, finally reached the #1 spot on Billboard's Hot 100 chart after spending 9 months on the top of the charts everywhere else in the world. It was 2007. Some little shit stir started rickrolling people in various 4chan message boards with the video of the song, and a pop star was reborn. By the fall of 2008, we reached peak Astley.
People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun.
When the blue-eyed soul singer rickrolled the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
You know the rules, and so do I.
Back to 1988. On March 13th, John Holmes, star of at least 573 adult movies, who worked under the aliases Johnny Wad, Big John Phallus, and Long John, died at the age of 43 due to complications from AIDS. 2 years earlier, Holmes had been diagnosed HIV positive, although that didn't stop his adult film career. He made several more features, including The Rise of the Roman Empress and The Devil in Mr. Holmes, failing to inform the cast and crew of his illness. Holmes spent the last 5 months of his life in a Los Angeles VA hospital, even being interrogated by LAPD detectives about the Wonderland murders of July 1981.
Where are you? Help them, please.
Sure, I can help. You gotta help me.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
During the NFL's offseason, Herschel Walker, then a running back for the Dallas Cowboys, made his debut as a professional ballet dancer with the Fort Worth Ballet Company on April 10th. Well, Walker didn't really dance as much as he kind of just stood on stage. But it wasn't bad for the 223-pound running back who only took an intro to ballet course as a freshman at the University of Georgia. 2 days later, the United States Patent and Trademark Office issued Harvard the first patent ever for the genetic engineering of an animal. In this case, it was for a mouse. The eggs of Harvard's female mice were injected with an isolated cancer gene, which would then serve as baseline models for cancer research. Nearly 23 years after he and his then-wife, Cher, took I Got You Babe to #1, Sonny Bono won the 7-candidate race and became the mayor of Palm Springs, California on April 12th. At the same time, nearly 360 miles up the Pacific coast, Clint Eastwood had finished up his 2-year stint as the mayor of his hometown of Carmel, California. On the same day, Soviet officials flatly denied the allegations of anything having to do with the mysterious anthrax outbreak on April 2, 1979, which was the world's worst anthrax outbreak within the last century. At the same time, Soviet officials claimed the disaster was caused by the consumption of bad meat, not in a covert Soviet military research lab near Sverdlovsk, Russia, where it really came from. Amidst their denial, it didn't help the Soviets' claim when biochemical engineers with the U.S. Threat Reduction Agency found several hundred tons of weaponized anthrax on the remote Vozrozhdeniye Island in the Aral Sea. Is the world safe from the lab's leaked anthrax? No one's sure. But keep in mind that the anthrax found during the rash of United States Postal Service anthrax attacks in 2001 was from the original strain of anthrax the Soviets buried in 1979. We go to the air, where the United States federal ban on smoking in airplanes began on Sunday, April 23rd. Of course, the ban only applied to domestic flights less than 2 hours in the air, but it was a start. Staying with the airlines, the passengers of Aloha Airlines Flight 243 on April 28th were hanging on for dear life when the roof of their Boeing 737 tore off at 24,000 feet over Honolulu, Hawaii.
There was an explosion, and it started with a hole in the ceiling.
of the aircraft.
Right next to my feet was just an exposed area, and I could see the ocean below me.
I heard an impact, looked up, and I saw that the plane was falling apart up in the front. Thought we were done.
I thought we lost the pilot and everything because from my angle, I only saw sky.
Although one flight attendant perished after being sucked out of the fuselage, all 95 passengers survived the 10 long minutes it took pilot Robert A. Schornsteimer to land the topless 737 safely. FAA officials later reported that the cause of the accident was wear and tear, topped off by shoddy inspections and maintenance. And that is why you should always keep your seatbelt fastened. Heading into May, we turn to the art world, where Jackson Pollock's 1955 painting Search sold for a cool $4.8 million. The piece was estimated to be painted within the last year of his life, a dark period for the artist who rarely created any work during the last 3 years of his life due to alcoholism and depression. But that wasn't even the most expensive painting sold in 1988. That honor would go to Pablo Picasso when his masterpiece sold for $38.5 million. That's $83.3 million adjusted for inflation. On the same day, we turn to sports. Former player turned Cincinnati Reds manager Pete Rose received a 30-day suspension after he was thrown out of a game for bumping first base umpire Dave Pallone. Irate hometown fans threw radios, batteries, cigarette lighters, and maybe even some Skyline chili onto the field. It got so bad, Reds owner Marge Schott had to post a message onto Riverfront Stadium's electronic billboard asking fans to stop throwing crap. The following day, White House officials denied that President Reagan had ever been influenced by astrology, but that may not apply to all the Reagans. White House spokesman Marlin Fitzwater threw First Lady Nancy Reagan under the bus, saying that she had consulted an astrologer on the president's travel and scheduling plans. Then, former White House Chief of Staff Donald Regan said Nancy regularly consulted an astrologer in pretty much every major decision, including when the president signed the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty at exactly 1:30 p.m. on December 8, 1987. Reagan, a total Aquarius. Later in the month, on May 14th, a school bus full of teens and their youth group leaders collided in a head-on collision on their way home from Kings Island Theme Park in Mason, Ohio. The accident happened as the church youth group was heading back home to Radcliffe, Kentucky, southbound on Interstate 71. Larry Wayne Mahoney drove his pickup truck northbound on the wrong side of the road and into the bus. 24 teens and 3 adults died in the collision. Mahoney lived. Upon inspection, local police found a cold 12-pack of Miller Lite in Mahoney's truck. Several family members of the victims of the crash became prominent leaders in Mothers Against Drunk Driving, including Carolyn Nunnally, who went on to become MAD's president. In slightly better news, the withdrawal of Soviet military forces from Afghanistan began on May 15th, more than 8 years after the USSR attempted to support their pro-communist, pro-Soviet government.
The next major turning point in the history of all civilization.
The publishers of Consumer Reports magazine submitted a petition to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration requesting that the agency ban the Suzuki Samurai. The petition was filed after the publication road tested the vehicle, calling it wholly unsuitable for consumer use due to its propensity to roll over during some fairly basic maneuvers at 40 miles an hour.
Drink the drink. But I don't want the drink.
He doesn't want the drink.
You do. I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
Listen, when I say I do, that means I do.
2 days later, Milli Vanilli dropped the single Girl You Know It's True on June 25th, which was also the title track off their American debut LP. The single flew up the charts, peaking at #1 on the German singles chart, #2 on the US Billboard Hot 100, and #3 on the UK singles chart. But what goes up must be lip-synced. A year later, on July 21st, 1989, it all came crashing down for Rob Pilatus and Fab Morvan, the lead singers of Milli Vanilli. In short, the hard drive of the device that was playing Girl You Know It's True malfunctioned, causing the song to skip and sending Rob and Fab backstage in embarrassment and fear. The National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences revoked Milli Vanilli's Grammy for Best New Artist, and people who bought the album and went to their concerts filed lawsuits. Eventually, Rob and Fab split, but not until after a desperate attempt to salvage their career in a spectacularly embarrassing press conference.
So we give this Grammy back now. Brad Howell and Sean Davis are the real singers, and I think they should get this Grammy.
We'll save Rob Pilatus' story for 1998. We turn to boxing, where Mike Tyson went toe-to-toe with Michael Spinks at the Atlantic City Convention Hall in New Jersey on June 27th. Both fighters were undefeated. It was billed as the mega fight for the ages. But 91 seconds after it began, Spinks went down for the second and final time as Tyson won the mega match by KO.
He leads to the right hand. There he goes. I don't think he'll get up from this. Because the greatest love of all inside of me. Yeah. Sexy chocolate.
Happy trails, Hans.
The end of July also marked the end of an era when America's last Playboy Club's doors closed for good. The chain of gentlemen's lounges began on February 29, 1960, when Hugh Hefner opened the first Playboy Club in downtown Chicago. From there, the chain peaked in the 70s, when there were 22 clubs around the world. But by 1986, the Playboy-owned clubs had all closed down. All that was left was a handful of franchise-owned locations scattered around the world. The one in Chicago was the last remaining sign of the swinging 60s in America. In more sad news, well, for Canadians at least, it was announced on August 9th that the great one, Wayne Gretzky, would be traded from the Edmonton Oilers to the Los Angeles Kings.
It would be beneficial for everyone involved to let me play with the Los Angeles Kings.
But after 9 years with Edmonton, it was actually Gretzky who wanted out of Canada. He had just married actress Janet Jones, and the couple were expecting their first child. While the great one did move for Jones, and she definitely got crap for it in the press, there were also rumors that Gretzky left the Oilers after he found out management was shopping his contract around the NHL. 2 days later, a notable and infamous date, as Al-Qaeda was formed during a meeting on August 11th in Peshawar, Pakistan. The meeting was attended by Osama bin Laden, Ayman al-Zawahiri, and Syed Imam al-Sharif, a.k.a. Dr. Fadl, during the Soviet-Afghan War. Turning to music, in mid-August, Guns N' Roses issued Sweet Child of Mine as the third single off their debut album, Appetite for Destruction. The single immediately shot up the Billboard Hot 100 chart, becoming the band's only #1 U.S. single. The song was written while Slash and drummer Steven Adler were jamming in their West Hollywood apartment. Rhythm guitarist Izzy Stradlin and bassist Duff McKagan liked the riff Slash was noodling on, and they added their own parts to the song. What they didn't know was that Axl Rose was upstairs in his bedroom listening to the band jam. By the following afternoon, Rose had completed the lyrics to the tune, which were inspired by his girlfriend at the time, Erin Everly, daughter of Don Everly of the Everly Brothers. At the end of August, the South African Council of Churches headquarters in Johannesburg, South Africa, were bombed for harboring progressive anti-apartheid groups. The blast injured 19 people. It was discovered later that the then Minister of Law and Order put the hit out on the building after getting his orders directly from South Africa's state president, P.W. Botha. We go now to the Summer Olympics in Seoul, South Korea, where on September 19th, Greg Louganis won the gold medal in 3-meter springboard diving. But what everyone remembers was his preliminary dive.
His weight is too far back. Consequently, the dive goes straight up. There, as you see, takes that glancing blow to his head.
Despite
that was horrific. Y'all should be glad you didn't see that. Holy shit. What up, cops? How are you this morning, brother? Hope you're having a dope-ass, totally terrific, twisty, tight, trippy, taco, talking tunes Tuesday morning, man. We're just hanging out listening to our timeline segment, 1988. And this dude just smoked his head on a diving board. That was crazy. Fucking nope. All right, here we go.
his injury, Louganis would earn the highest single score of the qualifying round for his next dive. He then repeated the same dive during the finals, which earned him the gold. But what no one knew at the time was that Louganis had tested positive for HIV 6 months earlier, a substantial concern considering he bled in the pool after his preliminary dive. Continuing with the Olympics, Canadian sprinter Ben Johnson ran a world record-setting 9.79 seconds in the 100-meter dash. When stanozolol, a type of steroid, was found in Johnson's urine, the Olympic Committee yoinked his gold medal. The gold was then given to Carl Lewis, who incidentally also tested positive for banned substances, but nothing was ever said or done about it. One last Olympic story. On the final day of the Games on October 2nd, American boxer Roy Jones Jr. properly peppered South Korea's Park Si-hun. Despite outpunching Si-hun 86-32, Jones lost the match, earning a silver medal, while Si-hun got the gold. To no one's surprise, several of the judges had been wined and dined by South Korean organizers. Before lifting Si-hun's arm, referee Aldo Leone turned his head to Jones and said, "I can't believe they're doing this to you." Switching to politics, on October 5th, during the United States vice presidential debate, Senator Dan Quayle teed himself to Senator Lloyd Bentsen when comparing himself to John F. Kennedy.
I have as much experience in the Congress as Jack Kennedy did when he sought the presidency.
Benson's retort,
Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
Despite the burn, George H.W. Bush and Quayle would go on to win the White House nomination. That same day, Chile's president, Army General Augusto Pinochet, accepted his loss of the 1988 Chilean national plebiscite instead of extending his rule for another 8 years. The noes won with 56% of the vote, ending Pinochet's reign of power. But Pinochet wasn't going to go out with dignity. "I'm not leaving, no matter what," he reportedly told advisors. Instead, he demanded that he be given executive power to use the Chilean army to keep hold of power and the capital. General Fernando Mattei refused, saying there was no way in hell he'd ever do anything like that. Pinochet eventually backed off, and fast forward to March 11, 1990, when Chile ushered in Patricio Aylwin, who became the country's first president after 16 and a half years without democracy. It's mid-October. We go to Los Angeles. It's Game 1 of the World Series between the Oakland A's and the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and the tying run on first. Dodger manager Tommy Lasorda pinch hits Kirk Gibson against the A's closer Dennis Eckersley. Suffering from 2 injured knees, Gibson hobbled to the plate. With a full count, we get this.
Fly ball into right field. She is gone!
The Dodgers went on to win the series. This was Gibson's one and only at bat, and we think he made the most of it.
Hey, Wall Street, don't panic. I'm only crushing your heads. Crush you.
Moving into November, the Morris worm was unleashed onto the internet by Robert Tappan Morris, a grad student at Cornell University. It wasn't the first computer virus distributed through the internet, but it certainly got the most media attention.
How insidious was this virus? Well, it spread very quickly.
There are reports. Good morning, man. I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. We're just hanging out listening to our Timeline Tuesday segment 1988. It's a good one. Where'd it go? Here we go. All right. Here we go. Hope everybody's having a dope morning.
Reports in newspapers today that it has made its way to Europe and to Australia.
Morris's stunt also resulted in the first felony conviction in the United States under the new Computer Fraud and Abuse Act of 1986. According to Morris, the worm wasn't written to hack computers. He created it to point out security flaws.
Because he used the extra parts to make his robot friend. Robot roll call, camera, servo, gypsy, crew.
Moving into December, Benazir Bhutto was sworn in as the Prime Minister of Pakistan, a big deal considering she was the first female Prime Minister in a Muslim-majority country. At 35, she was also the youngest elected leader in the Islamic world, as well as the youngest female Prime Minister ever elected.
People of Pakistan have elected the Pakistan People's Party with the largest single majority in the entire country.
Flash forward to December 27, 2007, when al-Qaeda ambushed her while she was out campaigning for the 2008 Pakistani general election. Bhutto was hit with gunfire twice, seconds before a suicide bomb was detonated, killing her and 23 other people.
Perfect. That's wonderful.
Oh, Frank. Everyone should have a friend like you.
Singer Roy Orbison, best known for the songs Only the Lonely, Crying, and Oh Pretty Woman, died on December 6th. Orbison saw a resurgence in his career, teaming up with Tom Petty, George Harrison, Bob Dylan, and Jeff Lynne with the all-star group The Traveling Wilburys. After his death, When you watch the Woolburys video for End of the Line, Orbison is represented by a guitar in a rocking chair. The following day, President Reagan, President-elect George H.W. Bush, and Mikhail Gorbachev met on Governor's Island in New York for Reagan's last U.S.-Soviet summit. It was during this trip that Gorbachev gave a speech that many saw as the end to the Cold War. We go to the Netherlands, where on December 12th, cat burglars stole 3 Vincent van Gogh masterpieces from the Kruller-Müller Museum, including The Potato Eaters, one of my favorites. The paintings were recovered months later, when the thieves gave up on trying to get any ransom for them. Actually, 1988 was the year Van Gogh became the hot artist to rip off. Just months earlier, thieves had swiped vase with carnations from Amsterdam's Stedelijk Museum. All in all, 28 Van Gogh paintings have been stolen since 1988. Animal rights terrorists, the Animal Liberation Front, firebombed Harrods department store in London a little over a week later on December 20th. The blast happened on the 3rd floor at 9 p.m., causing minimal damage and no injuries. Dingles, another store owned by the Al-Fayed brothers in Plymouth, was hit much harder, suffering severe damage which would take years to rebuild. The following day, on December 21st, Pan Am Flight 103 departed on what was a regularly scheduled flight from Frankfurt, West Germany, to Detroit. After the Boeing 747 took off from a stop in London, a bomb exploded on board, killing all 243 passengers and 16 crew members. Debris and shrapnel took the lives of 11 more people on the ground.
It is even worse in daylight than it looked on television at night. Now you can see the full enormity of the damage and the extent of it, and the way in which there are pieces of aircraft and twisted metal scattered over a wide area, and the number of houses that are damaged.
Now called the Lockerbie bombing, targeting the flight was eventually attributed to Libya, with Gaddafi taking the blame and paying compensation to the families. And finally, the year ended with the Fog Bowl, when the Chicago Bears defeated the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Divisional Playoff game. A fog rolled into Soldier Field during the second quarter, cutting the players' visibility to less than 20 yards. It was a sloppy game, but still one of the greatest worst weather games in NFL history. And that was how 1988 ended. 1989 was only hours away, a year where we would see one man standing up to oppression, the emergence of the kid, and learn it would be a long day living in Reseda. But that is for next year. Coming soon, 1989. So what do you think? What year in the 80s would you want to relive? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these other videos from our weird history.
I love the Weird History Timeline segments. That's so great. I don't know, 1988 was dope. I wasn't there, but that's what I heard. That's what he said. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. We'll play a song and dive into our morning speaker. Happy freaking, well, 4:23. But my computer says it's 4:20. Cheers, everybody.
break it down. Let the groove alive. Beat inside. Just let it ride. Turn it loose. Let the rhythms collide.
I freaking love that song. I love the bass line in it. Much Love Magic. He wrote the third verse of that song. I fucking love working with Magic and music. I'm excited for everything that we got coming up here over the next few months. Stuff. So what up, Roy? How are you this morning, man? I hope you are having a dope Tuesday morning. We do have our morning speaker coming up this morning. Great Timeline Tuesday segment. 1988 in this bitch. Guardians of Unity this afternoon. It's really picking up. You guys don't want to miss out. Shit's about to pop off here in the next few weeks, so don't miss out on Guardians. Yeah, I really love how that song turned out. I'm excited for more music with Magic. Hey, much love, Ma. We got our morning speaker coming up. We'll play one more song and we will dive in. What's one? Cheers. Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. This is a new Unemployed track. Plus, he just dropped 3 more on his Spotify. So go and check it out if you are not following the Unemployed or subscribed or however that works to the Unemployed Spotify. Definitely check it out. Cheers, everybody.
Been counting down the days, not looking forward to the lonely nights, but that's okay. I'm old enough to know that folks need room to grow. That's why I shed a tear and I ain't let you know. I hope you feel your love. No, I ain't here to judge. Just hit me with your problems and I'ma hold you up. I mean that honestly. You'll get the best from me. I'm just so proud of who you are and what you're gonna be. Want me to stay when you wanted to leave?
guess I knew this time would always come. You getting plenty older, but you're still so very young. Gotta give you all, that's a rule of thumb. Life will get so testy, it'll make you go numb. Still so very proud, yes, I jump your case. Cheering on the sidelines, hope you win the race. Listen to these words, listen to the truth. You need to not fear, cause I'm always here for you. Won't make you stay if you wanted to leave. I hate when other people do it to me. I can't pretend that it won't hurt me to see you take control and go and follow your dreams. Won't make you stay when you wanted to leave. I hate when other people do it to me. I can't pretend that it won't hurt me to see you take control and go and follow your Won't make you stay when you wanted to leave. I hate when other people do it to me. I can't pretend that it won't hurt me to see you take control and go and follow your dreams. Won't make you stay if you wanted to leave. I hate when other people do it to me. I can't pretend that it won't hurt me to see you take control and go and follow your dreams.
Yeah, well, his unemployed tracks are ridiculously good. I tell him multiple times a week that shit's solid gold. It truly is. All right, we've kind of been out of the box this week with our morning speakers, and I'm enjoying it. So this is a Hank Green. We've listened to Jonathan Green on a TED Talk. He was the one that talked about paper towns and maps and cartography and stuff like that. And it's very interesting. So this is his brother. They do a channel called Vlog Brothers where it's really cool. They just like do videos back and forth to each other, but then they just post them. And it's a very, very interesting situation. But Hank Green is dope. Definitely check him out. Hey, thank you. I've been loving it. We've been trying to keep it fresh and popping and hot for all y'all. I don't know. You know what I mean. But why are you not doing what I want you to be doing? I've been loving all the new music and collabs, and shit's been dope. Thank you. All right, our morning speaker for this morning, Hank Green, everybody.
I just got asked by a reporter a question, and I'm sure he's going to publish it in a news source that's behind a paywall. And that interview is going to be great for the people who are subscribed to that publication, but I feel like the question was interesting and good enough that I should answer it publicly in a place where everybody could see it. Or not, maybe. I don't know. This is a little bit much. I have a hard time with this, like knowing where my line should be when it comes to like giving advice. But the basic question he asked was like, after all this time, what do you feel like is like the thing that's responsible for all, like you doing all of these different things and having success in like many different fields and formats? So I'm going to tell you what I told him. I hope it's useful. I don't have goals. I don't have dreams. I think that the narrative that we are taught about like follow your dreams should come with a huge grain of salt. In fact, if I could just take it out of our minds, I would. If there's like a place you can put it in your brain and then light that place on fire, that probably would be for the best in terms of actually having impact on the world. A dream I definitely did not have in 1988 or 2005 was being a YouTuber, because YouTube didn't exist. Now, I did have the dream that I wanted to be a science communicator, but I started making YouTube videos on January 1st of 2007. And I did not start being a science communicator on YouTube until 2011. Before I did that, I did something that was absolutely not my dream, which was I became a musician, like a touring musician. That was nowhere on my list of things that I wanted to do. I didn't know how to play guitar when I uploaded my first YouTube video. So if not dreams, then what? If I had to say this in like a trite little way, it would be don't follow your dreams, follow your tools. Now, in among your tools includes you. includes your values, includes what inspires you, and includes what you know, what you've learned about, what you've been drawn toward, what excites you, what you believe in. All that stuff is part of your toolkit. So at a certain point, I get like mental blocks for math. And so I had a hard time continuing to develop that skill, even though at first I was like good at math. And then eventually I was like, I can't figure this out. Like much past calculus, I kind of broke. And maybe I could have developed that skill more and that would have been valuable. But man, physical chemistry turned me off. But I did, as a young man, have very big sort of young man goals. You know, like I wanted to be involved in like the science of ending death. That was like a big thing for me. I was like, this is my thing. And I'd read books that I had like heroes who were fictional characters who had like, I don't need to get into the details, but that's what I wanted. I like when Catherine asked me like my dreams when we first met, I was like, I want to fix death. But really what I wanted was to like have an impact on the world. And for better or worse, I still have that one. But I just think that like having and aiming for a singular dream doesn't work. Like it means that like a bunch of other things pass by and you just like watch them pass by because they're not the thing you wanted to be. And I saw this so much early on in YouTube where these people would have amazing audiences. They'd have like money coming in. They'd have creative freedom. They'd have everything. It would be simple. It would be small. They'd have the opportunity to like build their own thing and completely own that thing. And then they would spend like half or 3/4 of their time auditioning for TV shows, things that they didn't control. They'd only get a tiny slice of the money of that. 99% of the time they would have wasted the time of the audition when they could have been at home making YouTube videos, which was more fun and more lucrative and ultimately much more impactful on their future as like creative people. But they had this dream. They had this dream that they wanted to be on TV. And so that was the thing they were aiming for. I really honestly think at the core of what has helped make me successful is that I don't have dreams. I don't want to do anything in particular. And that allows me to do two things. Number one, just look at my toolkit, which includes me and includes what I want and includes like the things I'm curious about and my values. But just look at my toolkit and think, what can I do with this? And if it's an album of nerdy punk rock songs, great. If it's a sock subscription club, fantastic. If it's an online video conference, dope. If it's 2D glasses that help you watch 3D movies in 2 dimensions, sure, I'll do that. And I am such a project-based learner that without those things, my toolkit would be much more limited. So every time I take my toolkit and I say, okay, I could do this, it turns out my toolkit was not complete enough to actually do that thing. I had to learn a bunch of other stuff along the way. So like, I'm just going to like write some comedy songs. Well, if you actually want to like release those with a music video, maybe you have to learn how to work and do kinetic typography in like an Adobe product of some kind. What was I using? The one that's the motion design one. It's been a while. Both the extraordinarily enabling and very difficult part of my current life is that I have so many tools. It's personal relationships, it's trust, it's audience, it's skill, it's talent. It's like all this stuff that I've built up that now the number of like unsolved problems I could apply that to is fairly large, which makes me have a hard time. Like if you can do these things, not doing them, which is why I've got like 21 different projects on one of my burners right now. And like in any given week, maybe I don't work on the thing that I really should be working on, which is probably my book, but I'll get there eventually, you know? And instead of doing this, I'm making this video. What the hell, Hank? So that's one thing that it allows me to do. And the other one is like very counterintuitive and people don't like it, kind of. I don't get the best responses when I tell people this, but it is when they're like, how do you decide what to do? I fall downhill is what I say. I am not swimming upstream, very rarely. Like I might be swimming upstream in terms of like the broader culture, but in terms of my skill set and my toolkit and my values, I am doing the easy thing in any given moment. Cause like I only have so much energy. And there are times when I'm doing the hard thing, but it's only ever because I am obliged to, like I have to because of some, obligation that I have that I would feel like a true monster to ignore, like that kind of thing. But mostly, and this is like the secret to the productivity, I have built a very substantial toolkit and I mostly fall downhill. So I do what's easy. So like the idea isn't a good idea if it's going to require a tremendous amount of discipline from me, because I know that I don't have that discipline. Like I know what I'm working with. You know, I know what I'm working with, and like this, I'm working with this, and this, you know, it can't be it can't be like that guy who gets up at 5 a.m. and jumps in the cold plunge and like gets everything, you know, all your macros are in order, and then you get like 2 full work days in because you're like, well, my first work day starts at 5 and then my second work day starts at 5, and that way I get 2 8-hour days and I get everything done. Like, I'm not that guy. I'm not even the kind of guy who can like get up in time to go for a hike before it gets hot out. Like, I'm falling downhill, and it's a weird thing to be this productive while not being particularly dedicated, or, I mean, people will yell at me about this, or hardworking. I am hardworking, but like, I don't feel like I'm hardworking because mostly I'm just doing what I want to do in any given moment. Now, there are times, and there could be long stretches where that's not the case. I am focused, and I am exercising self-control, and I'm pushing on something that I need to get done that I don't want to do during all of the times that I'm doing it. But mostly. But in terms of concrete advice, things that I actually did that I think have helped me be this way, you know, there's like who I am, and like we're all different, so we're going to have different ways of doing things. So I'm working with me, like as I exist. But a piece of concrete advice that I really would give to people is, if you have an idea for something that you think is like an unsolved problem or just even interesting, do not shy away from spending some significant amount of your available capital on that. And that is both time and money. It's very easy to give, and I think that you should, it's very easy to buy education from a university. This is absolutely a good way to spend money. And also it is easier to do it even if you don't have money, because student loan infrastructure exists. But that's not the only way to learn stuff. And so and at various times in my life, I have said, okay, it is all right for me to spend 5% of my net worth on this idea that probably won't work. And when those things have failed in my life, which early on they all did, I came out with new tools. You know, that was when I was young and silly, and like those ideas were not going to work. Like there was no path, but I learned so much doing them, so much like working with someone else, like paying another person to work with you. Wild. Like, and early on, there was no income for those things, so I had to do it out of savings. And I feel like those were really smart ideas. And they were not smart ideas; they were bad ideas.
I love this dude. He's so funny. Good morning, Angela. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning. We're just hanging out listening to our morning speaker. This morning is Hank Green. I'm loving it. This is great. Here we go.
Some of them were okay ideas, but I didn't actually have the toolkit to pull any of them off. But all of them I learned so much from, just in terms of like taking the risk on myself, like rather than spending money in a safe way, like with school, or taking the risk on someone else, like investing in something or giving someone else a loan, taking the risk on myself, letting me see what happened when I outlaid that capital, both in terms of time and money, and like better understanding at the end of that process, what was it that was in the way of that success? Was it me? Was it my ability to stay focused on the task? Was it the cost getting bigger than I thought it was going to? The marketing being harder than I thought it was going to? The story not working for people? Like there just not being people who wanted that product, whatever it was. You know, the marketplace, sometimes it's a marketplace problem, like not understanding or being able to integrate well into like the app ecosystem would be an example from today. At this point, there wasn't, in my life, there wasn't an app store. This was more like trying to compete on the web for views. And some of those things like made some of the money back, like money did come in. Some of those things never. And some of those things actually made more money than they cost, than just weren't, you know, that's a big difference between like that and it becoming a job. And of course, I'm remembering all this stuff through rose-colored glasses, and it was, you know, how much did I actually learn? But I think I did. I think I learned a lot from doing that. And I hope that people don't like think less of me, that I don't like have a goal that I'm running toward. I'm like really looking at an idea has to solve a legitimate problem and has to be achievable with my toolkit. And I have to understand both of those things really well. And that's like where it comes from. So understand the problem space, and that's probably the hardest part. And then understanding my toolkit, which is easier because it's like I'm in it. it is me in many ways. I know it's also this computer and, you know, the relationships I have and the audience I have, but like all of this, that feels pretty internal to me. It feels like an extension of me. I don't sort of like draw the boundary of who I am at the flesh boundary, at the like flesh border. That would be silly, you know? How could I imagine that when people are seeing versions of me that made a video 10 years ago and that's still out there being me, even if it's not me anymore. Anyway, the self is a topic for another video. And hey, this video is brought to you by this job, Entering Marketing and Website Manager at dftba.com. You can find that at the link in the description. So check that out if you think it would mesh well with your toolkit, which of course includes yourself.
That's great. I'm a huge fan of Hank Green. I think that he is very funny and very smart. I like how he presents things. We'll play one more song and see where we're at with our morning. Let's go with this one. Cheers, everybody.
Wake up, Cove Crew, it's time to rise. The sun's shining bright, got that morning high. Grab your coffee, pack that bowl. Cove-TV's on, let's rock and roll. Palm trees swing, good vibes in the air. It's a wake and bake morning, no worries or care. Kick back, relax, let the day unfold. With every little puff, let the story be told. Wake up and talk, it's a brand new day. With Cove-TV, we're feeling okay. From the first light up to the morning breeze, we're riding that high, doing just as we please. So hit that like, share the good vibes. We wake and bake with the Cove where the sunshine thrives. From the Cove-TV couch, let's start it right. Cannabis clouds in the morning light. Smooth tunes playing, got the rhythm tight. With Cove-TV, it's a morning delight. The ocean's calling, the breeze feels sweet. Cannabis dreams make the morning complete. So grab your lighter, spark it up, take a hit. With Cove-TV on, we're all feeling lit. Wake up and talk, it's a brand new day. With Cove-TV, we're feeling okay. From the first light up to the morning breeze, we're riding that high, doing just as we please. So hit that like, share the good vibes. We wake and bake with the Cove where the sunshine thrives. From the Cove-TV couch, let's start it right. Cannabis clouds in the morning light. From the first light up to the morning breeze, we're riding that high, doing just as we please. So hit that like, share the good vibes. We wake and bake with the Cove where the sunshine thrives. Let the morning unfold, let the good times play. With every little hit, we're drifting away. It's a wake and bake vibe from the start to the end. With Cove-TV mornings, you got a friend. Wake up and talk, it's a brand new day. With Cove-TV, we're feeling okay. From the first light up to the morning breeze, we're riding that high, doing just as we please. So hit that like, share the good vibes. We wake and bake with the Cove where the sunshine thrives. So wake up, Cove Crew, let's start it right. With cannabis mornings and a tropical light. Cove-TV's here, so let's all connect. Wake up and talk, it's what we expect.
What up, Cornbread?
What up, Beanz?
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How is you?
I am doing great. We're just hanging out. We just listened to our morning speaker. I got another one for us, but we'll do that here in a bit. How are you this morning? What do you know this morning?
Oh, I don't fucking know. It's cool as shit here. It's 62.
That's not that bad. It was 46 here this morning.
It's still kind of chilly out.
Yeah, it's fucking chilly everywhere this morning.
I don't like, well, okay. I can't say I don't mind this. It's supposed to be 70 today.
Well, like, I like fall, don't get me wrong, but it's not fall yet. Like,
no.
I am enjoying the dope-ass cool afternoon weather, but, like, this fucking 40s in the night, I'm good on that. Can it just be not 40?
Good morning, Kay. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Roy. Good morning, everybody in the comments.
It's been a chilling, pretty quiet morning. Just been hanging out. Had our Timeline Tuesday segment. This Day in History did up.
Hells yeah.
Listened to one speaker and some music and chit-chatting.
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 Shooting the shit.
Oh, yeah. Watched the sunrise this morning. Was crazy. You missed. That's probably the biggest thing you missed from this morning was the sunrise.
Oh, man.
It didn't even look real. It looked like a generated sunrise video.
Dang.
Yeah, it was wild.
Good morning, my Rue.
I really hope that they leave that camera like that in the mornings because it's the one that pans back and forth, which I don't mind that. But in the mornings, I just want to watch the sunrise. Like, I don't want to fucking see what the rest of the harbor is doing. I don't care what the rest of the harbor is doing right now. Not a bad way. Much love the rest of the harbor. I'm just saying, I want to watch sunrise.
Where? What?
All right. I do have one more morning speaker for us this morning. That was kind of a shorter one, so we'll go with another kind of shorter one. This one is Adam Savage from Mythbusters.
Yeah.
And just figure they kind of go together, so. All right, here we go.
Ken French asks about being on the clock versus personal projects. I'm curious about your perception of your schedule and activities related to shop time. You've always been in someone else's shop doing their bidding. Doing their bidding, yes. Do you find your personal shop experience at Mythbusters has given you an opportunity to schedule the work you want to do, whereas before you were hired for a specific job? Oh, yeah, totally. But, like, what's so funny is that when I really hit a snag in my personal scheduling for something, I ask myself, what if I was on the clock? I have to redound to a commerce frame in order to bring my head into the decision tree that yields this within a certain period of time. Because the first thing that's so important when you're working for someone else is how much time this next thing you're going to do takes. And the last thing you want to be concerned with when you're working on something in your own shop is how much time is this thing going to take. And like, excuse me, it's so freeing to remove that part of the equation, but it's so freeing sometimes it hamstrings me with possibilities. I have too many options. I like pulled the mecha glove, the Hellboy mecha glove out of where it was stored in order to repair a part that was 3D printed 14 years ago and is falling apart. But in doing that, I'm like fixing all this other stuff on my mecha glove because I want it to be perfect again. And it is the absolute definition of mission creep. Because I'm there like, oh, well, I could do this, but I want to make this one perfect. Oh, I could do this, but I want to make this one perfect. And it's like every 2 steps forward is leading to 3 steps back because it's taking longer and longer and longer. And I know that in order to take the mecha hand off my table, I'm going to have to be like, I'm on the clock, got to get this all done today. And I will. It is harder to schedule. It is much. Your last question is it harder to schedule yourself versus a customer's requirements? And the answer is way harder. Also, when you're building something for yourself, you would prefer, I'm always doing the royal you. When I'm building for something for myself, I would prefer that it be perfect through and through. That would be my goal. I never achieve it, but when you're building something for a client, you don't want it perfect through and through. You don't want to waste any time on this. You want to deliver exactly what they want, exactly when they want it, or a little bit before. And you don't want to do anything that they haven't asked for. You don't want to overdo the job for them. You will lose money immediately as soon as you do that. You want to maximize what they get and minimize how long it takes you to do that. That's how this commerce works. I'm not saying you want to minimize it to the expense of the project, but yeah, you're going to make money the faster you can execute. And that's a very different frame than having in your own cave, in your own shop. So yeah, it's way harder. One more? All right. Okay, well, this is a quick. I'm going to do. Wait, there's something I'm forgetting here. I realize Ryan Peck. I have a couple more people to mention in the history of me as an artist that weren't teachers, but they were teachers, and it's two women, both friends of my parents. One is Jacqueline Rothschild. She and her husband V. Henry were among my dad's best friends since the 50s, the 1950s, and Jacqueline had a pottery studio in their house in Truro, which is up on the arm of Cape Cod, and we would see them every summer. And Jacqueline would let me work alongside her and took me seriously as a creator. I couldn't have been 6 or 7 or 8 years old, but she was like, she talked to me just like a person. She was very glamorous in French and just awesome. Actually, my wife and I visited Jacqueline 2005. I think she was already in her 80s at that point, but she never told my mom her age. And we were leaving, seeing her, and my wife was like, "You were flirting with Jacqueline." And I'm like, "Yeah, I probably was flirting with Jacqueline." And the other one is Gene Steig. The original children's book, Shrek, is written by Bill Steig, William Steig, who wrote, I'd say dozens, but it might even be well more than dozens of children's books, and was a New Yorker illustrator since the 1920s. And Bill Steig was another one of my dad's best friends, and Bill and his wife Jean were two of my parents' closest friends. And Jean was an incredible. They both were insane and amazing artists. Jean specifically sort of moved me repeatedly throughout my young life with the things that she made and the ways in which she talked to me about it. Because again, she talked to me like a peer. No greater thing you can do when a kid is talking to you about stuff that they're making than to just listen and take them seriously, look them in the eye, ask them questions about it, man. You are setting in them a value set that will come back much later. And there's somebody who wanted to see a specific thing. Apasquale says, "I remember years ago you mentioned you had an idea for a new way to store sockets. Sockets for wrench sockets. Something that would make them easier to transport and use. Did you ever develop that further, or any chance we'll see it as a product someday? I would love to know if I should finally stop holding my bated breath or hold out that you'll come to the rescue of lost and jumbled sockets. Listen, I don't have a system that can keep track of your 10 millimeter socket. I wish I did." But yeah, Marcos and I, Marcos Mafia, my collaborator in all the bags that I make, collaborated in a socket tool roll. That's what this was. And this is a full set. This is for a complete set of metric sockets and handles and extenders and right angle stuff and nut drivers for my Land Cruiser. And this then would like fold up and roll up and clip using these clips. And then there was this exterior here. The reason this doesn't have sockets in it is because it never really worked. Like, this is ideal for taking out camping or when you're driving your Land Cruiser all the time. But it did not make a discrete package. I did not achieve the solution I was hoping to achieve. So I am not close to releasing this as a product. However, that being said, the tool roll is one of the great tool storage systems ever developed by humans. And I do want to jump into that pool at some point with some products, because tool rolls are a spectacular plastic deformable way to store objects of disparate sizes and form factors in a way that is very much minimizing the amount of space that takes up. It didn't work for this, but that's an extreme example. I really appreciate all the questions today about process and history. These are really fun to talk about, especially those ways in which, when I get questions about the ways in which I was encouraged, it helps frame my mind for the ways in which I may encourage others. And I think we all take those kind of stories to that level. And it's one of the great graces of my life right now is, despite the difficulties of the world, which are intense, and the stress that induces, which is also intense, I feel like what we do here at Tested is very specifically putting out content that is kind. And I know that the world needs lots of kindness right now. And I feel good that we are one of the producers of that kindness. And so I really appreciate you guys sitting with me today, hearing these stories and submitting your questions for answers. Thank you so much. Take good care of each other. Stay safe, stay dry, stay warm. And I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Adam out.
I effing love Mythbusters. That show's so great.
Yes.
I like that. He's such a smart, interesting dude. He's so funny. He's one of my favorite hosts of Mythbusters. But oh man. Oh. So what do you got planned for your day, Cornbread?
Pups are already outside.
Nice.
They're all. Blaze has got the zoomies this morning. Oh my goodness. I don't know what our plans are.
Oh, dope. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going to hang out with sorry.
Morning, Kimmy.
Just gonna kind of hang out with Morgan today, work on a few things, make sure everything's ready for Token Tuesday night. And then Guardians of Unity this afternoon. Don't miss out. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a dope day. Probably smoke one more and call it a morning show. Hope everybody's had a dope morning so far. It has been a wonderful morning here. And hand over to Cornbread.
Much love, all you amazing people. Thank you so much for tuning in for the morning show. It is a great way to start your day. Yeah. And it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Let's go. Make sure you follow everybody and interact with them. Make sure you follow everybody in the co-production team because you don't want to miss out what's going on. Well, let's go. Stay lifted. Stay positive. And I will see y'all when I see y'all. Have a great, great, great day.
Much love, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out on this totally terrific Twisted City Tie Turkey Taco Token Tunes Tuesday. It's been a dope morning. Great to stay in history. Much love, Vicki B. Great morning speakers. I'm a huge fan of Hank Green and Adam Savage. And great timeline. Yeah, bro, you got to the end of the show. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, though, man. A great Timeline Tuesday segment. 1988 this morning. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an amazing day. I hope you all have a great day. Please make sure you're following everybody on the Cove team. Don't miss out on Token Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, only on Mr. Cops Lot page. Make sure you're following your entertainment. Don't miss out on your shenanigans. Make sure that you are following Michael Hugo Manberry. Don't miss out on all the vibes he brings to the shows. Make sure you're following Matt Productions. Don't miss out on all the music he's got coming out. And make sure that you are following Kelsey Dabbs at Dabber Chick. Don't miss the Dabber Chick show. And make sure you're following Cornbread. Don't miss out on all the vibes she brings to the shows. Thank you to everybody that helps support Cove-TV. I'll make this possible. Cove-TV is literally brought to you by viewers like yourself. With that being said, I hope you all have a dope-ass, wonderful rest of your day. We'll see everybody this afternoon for some hot and fresh Guardians of Unity. Let's go. Much love, everybody. And Cheers, cheers.
I wake up slow with the dawn on my skin. Steam curls high as the new day begins. Eyes half closed, but my chest feels free. Every breath I'm taking pulls you closer to me. Every cloud drifts higher. Every thought feels thin. The world turns bright when I let it in. Breathe it in, let it flow. Take me higher, don't let go. Through the smoke, through the sun, we are lifted, we are one.
It might be the flame, a rush in my blood. I can't quite name.
I'm floating higher, no need to pretend. Every rise I'm riding meets the sky again. Every cloud drifts higher, every thought feels thin. The world turns brighter when I let it in. Breathe it in, let it flow. Take me higher, don't let go. Through the smoke, through the sun, we are lifted, we are one.
Much love, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Much love, everyone.